Hello Rog fans, and today is Rog Rant. It's just doing a bit of a generic rant. Well, what's the Rog been doing for all this time? Well, he's been doing things in the real world. He's been growing chilies rather spectacularly in the palace gardens, in the mini greenhouse of Dome. That's been going rather well. Also been doing a little bit of this. Oh yes, a little project. That is, yes, a little programming language started in 1959 that laughs in the face of most modern programming languages by its sheer versatility and raw power. And the fact it runs all the banks, institutions, all the ATMs is not important. But I've also been reading other books as well, such as this spectacular book, which is, as the cover says, which contains nothing at the moment but quotes from doctors, directly from doctors and from medical journals, including this little pearls such as this, talking about smallpox vaccinations, whenever that was. It says here, I shall quote directly from the book for yourselves. The town of Leicestershire rejected vaccination in favour of sanitation. Her experience during the past 50 years makes nonsense of the claims of the pro-vaccinists. Her population was thoroughly vaccinated, and when it was, she suffered severely from smallpox. As vaccination declined to 1% of the infants born, smallpox disappeared altogether. Not an uncommon story medically, but that's a different thing. Well, Roger's has been in touch with some people, the old researchers, and one of them, a guy called Mr. Richard D. Hall, has some interesting videos on his old magic YouTube website-y doodah thing. But he's also moved to something called BitChute. And I wonder why it was, and that's when somebody told me that everybody's famous conspiracy theorist nutter, David Icke, was banned from YouTube because he was talking about... He wasn't talking about that, I'll tell you that now. I did have it to no, this is... Because he was talking about this, and not in a way that matched the official story. So YouTube banned him, but worst of all, they deleted his channel because he managed to link the magic couve with 5G, which according to YouTube's term descriptions you can't do. Why is that? No, that's just weird. I can't see what phone signal and what seems to be an ever-increasing media conspiracy have got anything to do with each other. But anyhow, I thought, okay, I'll get the magic spikes on and we'll have a look at the old BitChute thing and let's see what's going on there. So, yes, so David Icke's on there and there's some other people, obviously. And a lot of the people from YouTube who were banned are now on BitChute, you see. And Mr. Hall was going on about how he was telling people in his newsletter that people should move away from evil YouTube and go to BitChute because they can say what they want to say. But they can't. You see, I sent him an email. Well, you can't send him an email directly because these people aren't like that. Which always makes me suspicious. Why can't you talk to them directly? They're supposed to be uncovering information that's supposed to give us knowledge and give us the ability to improve our lives and stop the evil oppressive tyranny. Then why are they so difficult to get in contact with? That makes me suspicious. It always does. And so anyway, I got in the old contact form and I says to him, well, I wouldn't waste your time doing it, son, because in 6 months' time, a year's time, there'll be exactly the same restrictions there as there are on YouTube. I thought you ain't thought this through, son. I thought, well, somebody's supposed to be researching, we should have thought this through. So I did an experiment and I went onto the magic BitChute just to prove my point. And I put this in the email. And there was a video that was entitled, Jordan Maxwell is a Freemason, have proof. And I thought, that looks like fun, doesn't it? I thought, that looks like fun. I've got to see what that is. That's the sort of thing that YouTube would ban. So I clicked on the button to watch it. And it came with a message saying that this video has been blocked because it has the risk of incitement to hate speech. I thought, what the hell is hate speech? Not 1984. I thought, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. I thought, what is this? I thought, of course, it's media mind control language, isn't it? And it's the Masonic thing. You have to have extremes. You have to love or hate. You can't like, dislike, approve of, disapprove of, not be bothered about. You've always got to be extremes. I thought, jog on. So I looked for some other things. I remember there used to be loads of videos on YouTube about celebrities who people thought were not the gender that they were saying they are. And they did these videos exposing things. The one about Michelle Obama pretty much answers itself, doesn't it? I mean, there's not exactly lacking evidence in that area, right? But I thought I'd have a look for some of these things. And I found the same ones on BitChute, but again, a certain collection of them were banned because of this imaginary hate speech 1984 thing. And I thought, what kind of moron is going to go onto a video site to promote or express a view that is contrary to the mainstream in some way or the other, when the site that they're using is a business? Yeah? Me beard's giving me an edge. It's been ages since I've had a beard. People will say to me, oh, why have you got the old beard and the old doodah? I said, because a lot of the stuff that we rant about these days isn't exactly happy, is it? And so I think a bit of light-heartedness, a bit of humour, something to just change the scene in a positive way, I think is a good thing. That's why I do it, you see. I thought, as soon as you put a video onto a business's website, which is what they are, they're owned by businesses, they're there to make money. Those businesses are bound by various rules regarding what videos can show, by the countries that they host their servers in, and there might even be a body like Ofcom or something that deals with video websites and what they can and can't do, that sort of jazz. So you're always bound by the rules of commerce, basically. And I says to him, if you actually want to be able to put videos, if you really want freedom of speech, basically, in videos, you need to create a site, or the people, not businesses, the people need to create a site where they can upload whatever they want, and it should be whatever they want, because that's freedom of speech. And then people can choose to watch or not watch whatever they want. As long as a business is in control of your media, control of your audio and your video and that jazz, and their primary source is to make money from you, they're going to make sure that they streamline what they allow in to funnel the most cash into their pockets. So of course you can't have freedom of speech in a commercial world, because in the commercial world there are no human rights. It's maritime law, isn't it? So forget about that. I think, so why haven't people got together and created their own video website that's not run from, there's not a business, there's no money making involved. It's just allowing the people of the world to put videos like this and other things, such as Jordan Maxwell is a Freemason, have proof, which I wanted to watch because that could have been hilarious. I thought, how do these people even discover things like that? I like it. I like these occasional nutty videos where people talk about how they think it was the Nazis who made bananas bend and stuff like that. It's just brilliant fun. And of course, a bit like the film Ransom. Was it Rover's Conspiracy Theory? I think it was, with Mel Gibson, where he was a nutter who printed random messages in a newspaper, and one week he was about things like JFK was murdered by sausage and stuff like that. And one thing he put on was true, and the evil people in the CIA and all that were hunting him. That was great. I like those sort of crazy things. It's a bit of light-hearted fun. It's a different perspective on things. And so that's some of what I've been faffing around with. But that was my thoughts. There's no point using BitChute. I think Yandex. There's no point using BitChute and Yandex. There's no point using any of these businesses, because eventually Google will own them, and eventually they will kowtow to political pressure, and they will conform. And when they conform, there is no way in a billion years you're going to get your message across. But anywho, it's good to be back, and to be back, it is good. And just don't forget, it's not reality, it's